we're back. Oh, no, wait. No, we're not back. I thought we were back, but I guess we're not back. What in the world is going on with the Larry Ray trial? Before we get into the updates, I just want to do a little trial trivia and ask if anyone knew that the judge's brother is a famous movie director. I guess he directed Swingers, The Bourne Identity, and Mr. and Mrs. Smith. It's always interesting to see just little tidbits like that from trials. But now, on to the trial, which started back up only to be put on hold again today, so stay tuned for all the drama. Things are really heating up though, well, until they weren't heating up anymore. But after a 2-day break, Larry made a nothing short of miraculous recovery from his mystery illness, and the trial resumed on Friday. Claudia was the star witness, testifying not only about her personal experiences in what the prosecutors are calling the Ray family, but also about Larry's treatment of others as well. She testified about physical abuse, including being slapped, having her hair pulled, being strangled and suffocated. Like Santos before her, she testified about how Ray made her believe that she owed him money for damage she had supposedly done to Ray's property, or by doing things like wasting his time, and the incredible claim that she had poisoned him. In a move that Larry would later say he respected, Claudia turned to prostitution in order to earn enough money to repay him. Larry would speak well of Claudia, at one point telling a reporter that she was the only one of the Ray family who did whatever she could to repay him. And the lengths that Claudia went to are just crazy. Like, literally, I have no idea how this is even really possible, but Claudia testified that for nearly 4 years, she worked every day as a prostitute, and on average, she saw 3 to 5 clients a day. So I'm gonna let that sink in. 3 to 5 clients a day, every day, for 4 years. Claudia charged $2,000 an hour and estimates that over that time, she gave Larry around $2.5 million. Larry encouraged her to lose weight, thinking she would be able to charge even more for her services, because apparently $2.5 million just ain't enough. But the pressure to lose weight caused Claudia to develop an eating disorder. Claudia told how there was a slow progression with Larry gradually taking over her life. He sold her on the idea of self-betterment. She was fairly naive, especially when it came to sex, and he was older and seemed so much smarter. She really thought he was trying to help her, and that if she explored sex more openly, that she would become a healthier version of herself. Larry told stories about his own sexual exploitations, including tales of trips to swingers clubs, and would joke with her about sex and make sexual comments to her. Then he moved to suggesting that she engage in sex acts either by herself while he watched, or with others while he watched, or simply at his direction. In addition to Larry directing her and Daniel to have sex while he watched over Skype, Claudia told more stories, one which involved Ray encouraging her to chase after a tool salesman who had visited the apartment so that she could initiate sex with him. He also encouraged her to have sex with random people, taxi drivers, someone just walking by in the park, a night manager at a hotel, and more. Claudia also candidly talked about Ray's methods of getting her to distance herself from her parents, getting her to admit to having thoughts of hurting others, including Isabella and even her own parents. She experienced bouts of mental instability and at different times had to be hospitalized. As time passed, Claudia described Larry's behavior as becoming increasingly threatening. He threatened to have her abducted, threatened to have her father beaten up, and threatened to blackmail her family and her friends and her. In a weird twist, after years of Larry threatening to expose the list of clients she saw when she was a prostitute, the list was released, just not by Larry. The United States Attorney's Office, I cannot even believe this, but weird stuff happens with trials, but the United States Attorney's Office mistakenly shared the list of clients with the press. After realizing the mistake, they kindly asked the press to not share the list and noted that it was a sealed document and was not intended for release. And well, what do you know? The press, being so wonderful, was like, well, of course we won't share a list of high-powered men who paid a prostitute. Yeah, right. I'll leave it up to you to Google who shows up on the list. And just when you think, wow, this can't get any weirder, Larry suddenly suffered another medical emergency today and was taken out of the courthouse on a stretcher. Also being affected by a medical issue was juror number 1, who was excused for a medical reason. The juror count now stands at 14. Every delay in the trial risks more things happening to jurors and risking a mistrial. It's not known right now how Larry is doing or if the trial will resume tomorrow, but man, oh man, if the trial does start back up, I'll try to squeeze in another update. Until then, give the video a like and subscribe to make sure you get all the crazy drama.